Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Keeping Fish Simple. So in today's video, we've got Justin here. It's another vlog today. And in today's vlog, we're gonna be selling some fish, but the important thing that we're doing today, we've both decided that we're gonna do some shrimp tanks. So I don't breed any shrimp at the moment. Now, we're not too sure what kind of shrimp and we're not too sure how many tanks, but it should be an interesting vlog. I mean, we'll see what happens. But without any further ado, let's go have a look at some stuff. So Justin's been super helpful today and really handy. I thank him a lot for it. We've got this order to take out today. So I don't want to bag, I don't want to record bagging this up because there's just so many fish. I think there's 120 bristlenose, just common, and quite a number of bedders. So we're going to be taking these to the shop today. We're going to be clearing up some tanks. We'll decide when we get back. We need to go have some lunch because I'm starving. So yeah, let's go for a drive to the fish shop. All right, so we've just pulled up to the shop. So we'll take these fish in and we'll show you inside the shop and some of the fish that we've sold them last week. So we just delivered the fish to the local fish store and they were super happy. We're super stoked because we sold some fish and made some room on the better rack over there. But now we're working on where we're going to be putting these shrimp tanks. So we're also going to clear up a couple of tanks for some guppies that we're going to start breeding because, you know, I haven't had guppies for quite a while. So I'm getting back into the guppies and we're going to be line breeding some special types to obviously sell on the website and to sell at the shops as well. So what we're doing is we're clearing out a bunch of tanks. Now you can see in here we got some koi angels. It's just an insane amount of these. I've got too many.
You do.
I think I do. We're also going to be clearing out the albino koi tank. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do red cherries, blue cherries. Justin's going to breed some yellows. His fish room, so if you guys want to see his fish room, there's going to be a link up in the top right hand corner. We're also going to be doing, over here, we're going to be taking this tank apart. There's just some skunk koris and stuff like that in here, which are going to go to Justin's room. And we're going to be breeding some caridina shrimp, so some red crystals in here. Yeah, I think we're just going to clear up a bunch of tanks today. And then we're going to go on the weekend maybe, or whenever we're next free, and get some substrate. We're also clearing out this tank with all the blue stars in it. I've been breeding these guys for years and years and years. The colony's now moving over to this tank down here. Okay, so Justin's just head off and we've just done like a ton of stuff today. We haven't really shown it, but I'm gonna go through everything and show you what we've done. So we've cleared out these tanks, like you can see here. This tank, and this tank, and these are all guppy tanks. So you can see our panda guppies, these are dwarf pandas. I've got these available on the website down below. I've also got these available. These are the blue stars, so you can see some of the beautiful males in there. They'll look better in the future as this tank clears up. And then the yellow tiger endlers. So those are the tanks that we've cleared up. We've also, if you come down here, taken the koris out of this tank and we've taken those out, the grow outs. We're gonna be putting shrimp in here. We're gonna be putting red cherries, blue cherries, and over here we've also taken some koris out that Justin's taken to his fish room, and we're gonna put some caridina shrimp in here, so the red, or crystal reds. We're also gonna be clearing out this tank with the leucomelis in it, and Justin's gonna be trying to breed these as well, and we're gonna be putting some Dumbo mosaic guppies, I'm pretty sure, so it should be pretty fun. Yeah, we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow and on the weekend with Justin when we actually start to set these guys up, so I'm pretty excited. Okay, so for the next part of this vlog, I completely forgot to record me going and doing this. It was just a little bit busy and a little bit crowded, but we ended up picking up some discus, so this would have been the part of the vlog where I'm like, hey, we're about to go pick up some discus or whatever with Justin, but we went to pick them up and they're still here, so they look good. So I've got a few question marks with these guys, but they did have fry with them. And now they were big fry, but there was only 4 that remained from like their original spawn. So we'll see how we go with them. I mean, the price was good, I'd say. Yeah, so let's get them to their new homes. So it's been a few more days since we've vlogged and our discus pair are looking okay. They're healthy, but they're still a little bit stressed out and haven't been eating yet. So that's pretty normal, like discus sulk and stuff like that. So that's part of our update. But the main point of this vlog was obviously showing you guys the discus, but we've also been setting up the shrimp tanks. So what we've done is we've taken down these tanks and we've given obviously Justin the corridors from all these tanks. So what we're using for the substrate in these tanks is because we're going to be doing some, what would you call them, like kind of, they're fancy shrimp obviously, but not hardy. What's it called? Fragile species, or relatively fragile. We want to keep the water really still. So we're using fluval stratum. I think this could be a good product, and I have no clue about, I'm like not sponsored by these guys or anything like that. Normally I would just use gravel and things like that, but just for the purpose of making this as automatic and easy as possible, I'm using this, and I'm going to be mixing it with RO water. So because these are shrimp and we're doing shrimp only tanks, I'm like pretty sure we're not going to need to do any water changes, or like we're basically just going to have to top up when it starts drying out. We'll add this substrate to the tanks, fill them up, and we're going to be using sponge filters. We're not using matten because it's going to be too hard to clean it up. Okay, so the air pump's off right now, but these are the pair of blue mosaic leopard discus. Now they're looking a little bit better than they did a couple of days ago. Sorry, there's a bit of algae on the tank. We've got the male on the left and the female here. Now they haven't eaten very much, and that's just because they've been sulking a bit after losing their fry, but they're gonna go back to normal and eating properly. So what you can see down here is a bit of fluke treatment. So they've been in here for 3 days on RO water, so there's a bit of fluke treatment in the water. You can see they look fantastic. So hopefully we have a bit more luck with these guys, and Justin can play with the other pair over at his fish room. So he said that the other pair is still being aggressive. Now, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna have to get another female. It looks like we've been ripped off, and we're gonna add another female and see if they pair off then. But we might try and give these guys some food and see if they eat it. They still might not be in the mood for food, which is okay. Sometimes it can take like up to a week for a discus to really go back to normal and start eating again. And that's just because they're so intelligent. They actually do sulk and throw tantrums from time to time, especially like this male on the left. He's really just been sulking, and he's not unhealthy. You can see the breathing's really, really good on these guys. So, but yeah, I mean, they're looking at these pots and at the pole and things like that. So it looks like they might even spawn before they eat again, which is kind of going to be a bit weird. So we finished setting up the shrimp tanks, and you can see they've cleared up a bit now. We're going to have these two here. So these are at the end of the room next to the RO water system. We've got these two here, so it's got this aqua soil stuff. We're going to be treating it with some no planaria just to make sure that we don't get any planaria in these two tanks. Over on this side of the fish room, got the third tank with the crystals probably going into it. So tomorrow morning, Justin's coming back. We're going to go pick up some shrimp tomorrow. As for decorations in these tanks, we're probably just going to rock it really simple, just like we are keeping the fish simple here. We're going to be keeping the shrimp simple. We're probably just going to have some coconut huts in here that I'm going to create and attach some anubias to, because I'm going to sell those to the shops when I do my big orders. It's just an extra way to make a little bit of profit. We'll catch up with you guys in the morning when Justin's here and get some shrimp hopefully. Well, in a slight turn of events, Justin didn't come, but we still got the shrimp. Now today we've gotten 3 shrimp. Sorry I couldn't take you guys along for the transaction because, like I said, it's a little bit weird going to these things and like rocking up with the camera and recording people. Like, it kind of freaks people out a bit. So I'm going to show you the shrimp. We've got 3 types. We've got crystal reds, yellow cherries, and blue cherries, or blue dreams, which are really fantastic. So we'll have a look at them. We'll introduce them and acclimate them. And then tomorrow, when they've really settled in, they've got their color, we're going to have a real good look at them. So the important thing to note is I haven't kept shrimp for maybe 2 years now. I was so careful with testing my water and making sure that the water was perfect before I added these guys in. Hopefully I'm not cursing myself here, and they are like settling really well. The other thing with shrimp is acclimating is super important. So you want to do a big long drip acclimation as long as you can to make sure they don't get stressed and die. So we'll have a look at the shrimp now. So we'll come over here to our first bag. So we've got these 2 tanks here. We're going to put a caridina and a neocaridina here so they can't cross-contaminate with 2 caridinas and ruin the line. These are the yellow cherries. Maybe in here there's 20 of these guys to start our colony. Then if we come over to the next bag, we've got 10 crystal reds. These guys are apparently a high grade pure strain. And then over here are the blue dreams. So you can see these guys really stand out in the bag. Really cool. So let's get them into the tanks. Well, it's now the next day and we're gonna have a look at the shrimp. So we'll go through each tank and I'll show you guys how good they look, because these guys actually look fantastic. Now, if you look on the sponge filter, I actually have a hard time seeing these guys because of my color blindness, but you can see we've got our blue dreams here. So you can see them all eating that mulberry leaf, which I've thrown in here. I've thrown some mulberry leaves in here. There's some eucalyptus ones as well. So these guys are gonna snack on that. They really like the sponge filter quite a bit. Yeah, so there's a couple of snails in here, which isn't too much of a problem because we're gonna be adding some no planaria to the tank to make sure that we don't have any planaria in the tank. Those snails will probably go with the planaria and pass on. So you guys can see the shrimp. They look fantastic. These guys are really good blue. They're probably going to throw out a couple of blacks when they do start to breed. So I don't know, maybe the next month or so they'll start to breed. Super happy with these guys. Definitely going to continue to breed these guys. That's the blue dreams now. So we'll come down here to the crystal red tanks. So these guys are all up on the back. You can see these are actually quite a high grade of shrimp. So you can see that one there is a really high grade crystal red because it's got that one stripe and tons of white. You can see another one down there. So I only got 10 of these guys. Hopefully we have a bit of success with them. I've been wanting to get these guys since I was very, very young. I've never had crystal reds before. They are very, very cool shrimps. So super excited to have some of these. They're eating those mulberry leaves. But this is the yellow cherry shrimps. So the yellow neos, you can see them all eating some food down here. Really good color on these as well. They're going to be like breeding cherry shrimp, like the blue dreams that we saw before. So they're going to be very similar. These guys look fantastic. I've got 20 of these. So hopefully these just like pop off and just have heaps and heaps of babies. That'd be really, really cool. I haven't bred shrimp for about 2 years, so I'm really excited to see how I go, but we didn't have any losses with acclimation at all. So that's always a real good positive, because these guys, like I said, they are very sensitive and you have to be very careful with acclimating them, because if you don't do it properly, you will have problems and you'll have deaths. So these guys have settled in really well. If you guys are new to the channel, I'd definitely hit subscribe if you're interested in seeing more updates and care videos and things like that on these shrimp, because there's lots coming. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.